How to open a psychological center, a profitable business idea for a psychologist. Market analysis. The Russian market has already been occupied by numerous psychologists, psychotherapists, coaches. But the analysis shows that specialists are dispersed on different approaches: Gestalt, cognitive behavioral psychology, psychodrama, NLP. Accordingly, if you choose a narrow area of work, competition will decrease. Psychologists also work for different target audiences: children, adults, married couples, corporate clients, patients with medical indications, obesity, infertility, anorexia. Therefore, the first thing it takes to open a psychological center is a clear understanding of which audience you want to reach. In-depth analysis of the market will help you choose a successful direction. Evaluate which segments are almost unoccupied, but are interesting to potential customers. For example, deal with childhood mental disorders. A specialist can help adapt the child to kindergarten, establish relationships with other children. Alternatively, correction of aggressive behavior, work with autism spectrum disorders. Or create a family counseling center where couples will receive qualified assistance, working together individually. How to open a psychological center, a step-by-step plan. To implement a business idea, it is not enough just to be a psychologist or hire qualified specialists. It is important to correctly understand how to attract potential customers, build a marketing campaign. The entrepreneur will have to go through the following stages: drawing up a detailed business plan. Write down where you can rent a suitable area and how much it costs, how many offices you plan to open, etc. Calculate the estimate in detail. Registration of a legal entity. Working within the framework of psychology, you do not need to obtain a license. However, licensing is mandatory for psychotherapists, children's doctors. Selection of premises. Where to open a psychological center for business to flourish. Patients do not want to advertise their problems, so it is better to stay away from business neighborhoods. But at the same time, the building should be located near transport stops, busy streets. Launch of advertising. It is important that the audience learns about you and potential customers can easily find a center. Not only direct advertising is suitable for this, but also promotion in social networks, search results. Getting started. Find employees, conclude employment agreements with them. Immediately after the opening, you can offer the first visitors a free trial consultation, discounts. It will take several months to deal with organizational issues. To save time, buy a ready-made business plan drawn https://Altera-Invest. Rus Business Planning, up by Altera Invest specialists. Calculations are easy to adapt to a specific region and city. Recruitment of employees. The main thing you need to open a psychological center is qualified employees. It is important to attract specialists with work experience, a good reputation among patients and colleagues. Due to the fact that there is no need to obtain a license to work as a psychologist, there is a high risk of encountering fraudsters who do not adhere to medical ethics in this area. Therefore, the reputation of a specialist is very important. In addition to psychologists, it is also necessary to hire administrator. He keeps a record of visitors, advertises the center to potential customers. Marketer develops and launches advertising campaigns, monitors their effectiveness, deals with social networks, website. Accountant, a specialist maintains accounting and tax accounting. Cleaning employees, they maintain cleanliness in the building, as specified in the requirements of the SES. Before opening a psychological center, be sure to check the diplomas of hired specialists and make sure of their competence. Unskilled employees can irretrievably spoil the reputation of the entire institution. Selection of premises. Choosing a place for a psychological health center is one of the key issues that needs to be carefully considered. It is important for many clients to remain anonymous, so they are unlikely to consult near home or work. Therefore, you should not rent premises in a busy area. At the same time, patients should effortlessly find a clinic. You should find real estate near public transport stops, major interchanges, which can be easily reached from anywhere in the city. Please note, after you find a suitable room, it must be brought into line with the requirements of the SES and fire inspection. How to open a psychological health center. Advertising. Promotion. Working on how to open a psychological center from scratch and successfully develop your business. Immediately plan your river budget. Not only direct advertising is important, but also other promotion channels. Own website. Create a landing page where you describe in detail the services, specialization, range of problems to be solved. Keep in mind that many patients are going to seek help for the first time, so tell us about everything as clearly as possible. Video blog. Share useful information, constantly motivate to use qualified help. At the same time, it is important not to mention the details of cases from practice. This is prohibited by medical ethics. Social networks. Create channels in popular messengers, accounts in VK, Facebook, Instagram. There it is worth specifying the contacts of the center, the location map, regularly update the price list, free dates for recording. Financial calculations, investments, possible profit. Before opening a psychological center from scratch, you need to make a detailed financial estimate. In it, be sure to specify. Business registration costs $2,000. Rental costs $60,000. Payment for the advertising campaign $30,000. Investments in repair, purchase of furniture, equipment $197,000. Reserve for unforeseen expenses $10,000. To find out how quickly the investment will pay off, add monthly payments to this and divide by the estimated profit. On average, investments are returned for 6 to 12 months. The option with less risk is to buy a ready-made psychological help center. The profitability and prospects of the existing business are easy to assess, so the entrepreneur risks less than when starting from scratch. Business broker Altera Invest will select suitable projects, conduct an audit, help to issue papers and conclude a deal. How to open a slot machine hall. Features of the slot machine business in Russia. Machines and slots are prohibited by the legislation of the Russian Federation. There are only a few exceptions to the rule, specially organized gambling zones in some regions of the country. Kaliningrad region, Altai Krai, Primorsky Krai, Krasnodar, Crimean Peninsula. Accordingly, you can launch your own hall with slots only in these regions in specially designated areas. However, in this case, you will have to immediately face strong competition. Therefore, it is worth thinking about the concept of your institution in advance. For example, buy unique machines or combine a gambling hall with a bar. What you need to start a business on slot machines. First, it is necessary to register the enterprise with the tax office to avoid problems with the law. To do this, you need to obtain a license for the planned activity. The Federal Tax Service is engaged in issuing permits. All papers should be prepared before the launch of the gambling hall. A few important nuances. It is necessary to select machines before obtaining a license, since the name of each device, its serial number are entered into the database. If the device is shut down, replaced with a new one, this information must be transmitted to regulators. To expand the number of slots in the gaming club or open a network business, you should notify the Federal Tax Service again. Expect regular preventive inspections of regulatory services. They are designed to exclude the abuse of the license, the installation of unregistered devices, the conduct of illegal sweepstakes in the hall. Choosing a location for the gambling business. To successfully open a gaming business and start earning, you need to choose a location that can attract the target audience. The most advantageous location: neighborhoods with nightclubs, bars, large hotel complexes and 5-star hotels, shopping centers, embankments near entertainment facilities. To attract attention, be sure to hang a bright sign. According to the law, it should not contain direct references to slots. But there is no ban on the use of game symbols, card suits, sevens, cherries, etc. Take care of the interior design as well. Focus on wealthy visitors. Install comfortable furniture. Think over the unique design of the hall. Use relaxing music. Create twilight. To make the gambling business and slot machines bring more profit, organize additional services: hookah, bar with drinks and snacks, watching sports matches. But keep in mind that a separate license will be required to trade in alcohol. Also consider launching an online casino with slots. Such an institution can be registered as an internet club with access to the network. Special software is installed for those who want to try their luck. But in this case, the sign and interior of the institution should not hint at the gambling business. Selection of gaming equipment. The main part of the implementation of the business idea is the purchase of slot machines. Here are the general recommendations. Even in a small hall, it is necessary to install 10 to 12 devices to provide visitors with a choice. Study the range of devices, choose the most modern ones to avoid breakdowns, freezes. Simultaneously with the equipment, purchase software that allows you to run games. For the smooth operation of the hall, you need a stable internet. It is advisable to conclude contracts with several providers to switch in case of failures. Be sure to update the wiring in the room to ensure the safe operation of the equipment. Install a generator in case of a power outage. Buy software from well-known developers: Velatra, Duomatic, Microgaming, Playtech, Unicum. They create an original design of game reality, control quality, give discounts on updates. After starting your own business on slot machines, you will notice which machines are in demand, which ones stand without visitors. Be sure to fix this and replace unpopular machines. Staff of the game room. The number of staff depends on the format of work. If only equipment is installed in the hall, you will need to hire the cashier accepting bets, security guard, a system administrator, an accountant can work remotely. To open a hall or online slot machine service and legally advertise your business, we advise you to attract an experienced marketer. The specialist knows how to work with such a niche, will be able to promote the enterprise, avoiding fines and other sanctions from supervisory authorities. If you are launching an elite institution with a bar, hire professional bartenders who know how to communicate with customers, create a pleasant atmosphere. You may also need a sommelier, hookah workers and other workers. Financial calculations. Approximate costs for starting a slot machine business include: registration, obtaining a license 210,000 rubles. Purchase of equipment 1 million rubles. Repair of the hall, installation of a sign 105,000 rubles. There are also monthly expenses for renting premises, salaries for employees, tax deductions, utility bills. At the same time, it is possible to recoup the investment in 2 months. Accordingly, the estimated level of income is up to 1 to 1. 2 million rubles per month. When considering how to open slot machines, take into account the alleged difficulties. When you enter the market, you still have to find and win your own customers. In resort cities, you will face the seasonality of the flow of visitors, high competition. To reduce risks, you can work on a franchise or buy a ready-made business. In this case, you will receive an operating room with active licenses, staffed employees, and your loyal audience. Brokerage company Altera Invest has collected in its catalog only proven options from reliable sellers. We will select a suitable business, help to negotiate with the owner, issue papers, as well as organize a smooth transfer of cases to the owner. What kind of business to open in a residential area? The most promising ideas. Specifics of doing business in residential areas. When starting a business away from the business center, you need to understand that your main circle of clients are residents of nearby houses. The target audience should be offered goods and services of daily necessity. Since the range of buyers is limited by the area, you will not be able to earn money by selling designer clothes. However, people need food, household goods, medicines every day. Good service. When planning to open a business in a residential area, keep in mind that residents usually know each other. If someone alone encounters poor service, some customers will quickly move to competitors. A clear concept of the institution. Only network giants can cover all the needs of customers. A small enterprise should better focus on a narrower niche, for example, fresh pastries, takeaway coffee, https://Alterinvest. Rue, Russ, Business ID, Detail 1304115, Quality Haircuts or Manicure. Sleeping area is the best place for convenience stores, small hairdressers, veterinary clinics. You can also consider business options for customers on machines. As a rule, distance does not matter to them. Therefore, a good service station or car cinema can be located far enough from the center. How to choose a profitable niche for a certain area. To understand which business is profitable to open, you need to analyze competitors. Find out what services are already offered to residents of the district and what is missing. Find out what is in demand, in which direction you can compete. Study the audience. For example, if nearby houses inhabit families with children, you can safely open a children's store, a playground, a family cafe or a confectionery. https://Alterinvest. Rue, Russ, Business ID, Detail 71011214. Get acquainted with someone else's experience. Thinking about what kind of business to open in a residential area of the city, you can repeat successful ideas that worked in other regions. Find the right niche. To do this, you need to know all the features of a particular area. For example, if part of the location is occupied by a large park, it is worth renting electric scooters and bicycles nearby. Before starting the project, make a detailed business plan. Find out the cost of rent in suitable places, utility tariffs. Calculate the estimated profit to predict how quickly the investment will pay off. Or use the ready-made business plan from https://Alterinvest. Rue, Russ, Business Planning. Altera Invest. What kind of business can be opened in a residential area? We have collected several promising ideas that are relevant for different cities and regions. Household goods. A small non-food store with dishes, household chemicals, household goods, etc. Part of the assortment varies depending on the season. Christmas tree decorations are sold out in winter, and country equipment is sold out in spring. Pet shop. In a residential area, you should not focus on the owners of exotic animals. The shelves should have the most popular food for cats and dogs, treats, toys, beds, drugs for fleas and helmets. Tobacco kiosk. Together with classic cigarettes, you can sell tobacco and accessories for tubes, hookahs, as well as liquid heating systems or tobacco sticks. Such kiosks are in demand even at night. Guarded parking. To do this, you only need to rent a small plot in front of the house, equip a fence, install cameras, hire security. It can be parking for bicycles, scooters or strollers. It is not necessary to be limited to cars. Dry cleaning. Offer different services, from removing stains to cleaning pillows, blankets, winter jackets. Think about the idea of an on-site service specializing in the processing of carpets, mattresses, furniture, car interiors. https://Alterinvest. Rue, Rust, Business IDE, detail 2570683. Children's Clinic. Studying different business ideas in a residential area of the city and thinking about what to open, consider the option of a medical center for children. The closer you can get the help of a doctor, the better. Parents will not take a sick child to the other side of the city. Bakery confectionery. When planning to open your own business in a residential area, consider launching a bakery as an option. Bread is bought daily. And to increase the average check, offer customers pastries, sweets, hot and cold drinks. It is important to refine and adapt any of the proposed ideas to a specific region, city, district. How profitable is it to open a business in a residential area? The owner of such an enterprise is unlikely to quickly return the initial investment. The range of potential customers is very limited. But this does not mean that the projects are doomed to failure. One of the advantages of business in residential areas is the stability of demand. In addition, the prices for renting premises here are significantly lower compared to real estate in the center. In most cases, landlords are interested in long-term cooperation. It is easier to make concessions. It is important to think about what to open in a residential area. It is worth providing for every detail. The success of the business idea will depend on the right choice of goods and services. If you can objectively assess the demand, your company will bring a stable income. Do you want to start a business without risks? Brokerage company Altera Invest offers to choose a ready-made enterprise. The site contains projects from all over Russia. You can easily find suitable options in your region. The company's specialists will advise, help to draw up papers and negotiate. Business on Glass, a selection of interesting business ideas. Types of business on glass. When choosing a direction for your own enterprise, learn that there are several large glass enterprises in the country. Compete with giants will be difficult. Therefore, if you decide to start the production of glass, choose unique ideas. Here are the main niches where you can easily implement your own project. Glass processing as a business. Production of glass materials, cutting. Decoration, glass souvenirs, taking glass containers. Each of these areas has its own characteristics. Glass production as a business. To make glass materials, you need to purchase special equipment, rent a room, hire employees. But first, market analysis is needed. This way you will know which type of glass there is a demand in your region. There are several options. Colored. Popular basis of home decor, architectural compositions. Therefore, it is possible to establish work with large agencies, well-known interior designers. Energy saving. The use of the material helps to save on room heating. The business idea of producing such glass will require large investments at the start, but in the future it can bring a solid profit. Reinforced. It is necessary for installation at enterprises, in offices. It is used for showcases, special machines. Due to special hardening and reinforcing mesh, it is resistant to shocks, does not fly into shards in case of damage. Mold bent. The material is given unusual shapes when heated. Such products are used in the interior, for the manufacture of aquariums, furniture, glazing of buildings, etc. Liquid. This material is used by builders as an additive to concrete. It is necessary for wood processing, waterproofing of floor, ceiling, walls. The business idea of supplying liquid glass guarantees success, as it is a popular building material. Advantages and disadvantages of a business idea. The main advantage is the high cost of finished products with the availability of components for the manufacture of glass. The main components of the material are sand and quartz. One of the features of the business is the difficulties in transporting fragile goods. Delivery of glass to other regions significantly increases the final cost of products. Therefore, in many cases it is more profitable to open several production branches. Glass processing as a business. Waste collection and recycling are more relevant today than ever. The efforts of eco-activists, the state and ordinary people are aimed at this. The essence of the business idea is to collect broken and whole glass, sort, reprocess and create a new product. Production costs are reduced due to cheap raw materials. Accordingly, it is possible to reduce the price of products bypassing competitors engaged in production from scratch. Advantages of a business idea. Glass processing as a business is attractive for several reasons. For example, an entrepreneur can count on state subsidies, tax benefits, temporary tax exemption. All this allows you to quickly recoup the initial investment and get a net profit earlier. However, effective collection of raw materials is necessary for success. To do this, it is necessary to popularize garbage sorting, install special containers, conduct environmental actions and support local eco-initiatives. Benefits of the project. The main purpose of recyclable materials collection is to reduce the amount of waste with a long decomposition period. Also, glass processing as a business, according to environmentalists, allows for more rational use of natural resources. Accordingly, the project can find support and receive funding from both the state and other entrepreneurs who care about the planet. Glass cutting services. How much can you really earn? Glass cutting is one of the most popular services. The main customers of such a workshop are entrepreneurs engaged in repairs, creation of furniture, stained glass windows. In addition, it can be one of the options for glass processing. Such business reviews are called no less promising. To attract more customers, offer additional services, figure cutting, edge processing, sandblasting, drilling. To open a company, it is necessary. Register your activities with the tax office by registering an individual entrepreneur or legal entity. Find and rent a room for the workshop. Prepare it in accordance with the requirements of SES, GPN. Purchase cutting machines, hire workers, install a noticeable sign. Glass decoration, business features. There are many options for using glass as a decor. The most popular. Transfer of various images to glass products, photos, company logos. Production of dishes of unusual shape with unique patterns, paintings. Production of statuettes, souvenirs, exclusive decor. Engraving on glass to create greetings, commemorative inscriptions. Such services can be offered to retail and corporate clients. Large orders guarantee long-term work, stable income. However, take into account the complexity of the project. The main drawback is the seasonality of orders. Often customers apply for such products before the holidays, New Year, March 8th, Valentine's Day, etc. Another difficulty is the fragility of the material. You have to pay for the fight from your own money. Glass containers reception point. Is it profitable? One of the stages of the glass processing chain is the points for receiving glass containers. https://Alteri-Invest. RU, Rust, Business IDE, detail 2016805. By buying bottles at a symbolic price, you transfer them to processing plants. Your earnings are the difference between the cost of buying and selling recyclables. Monthly profit can reach 60,000 rubles. Such a reception point for glass processing as a business is quite profitable, as evidenced by the owner's feedback. To launch it, you need a minimum investment, about 21,000 rubles. You only need to register an enterprise, set up a tent with a sign and agree on the transportation of containers. Investments will pay off in the first month. The direction makes it possible to develop the project, from the launch of several reception points in the city or region to the creation of a full-fledged waste recycling plant. If you do not want to spend time and effort launching an enterprise from scratch, it is worth buying a ready-made business. Brokerage company Alteri-Invest offers only proven options from reliable sellers. Our managers will help you choose a suitable project, agree with the owner and conduct a transaction as quickly and profitably as possible.